Hi trader, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today we are talking about the weekend trade recap. So it is just a moment where we talk about the trade we took during the day and how it plays out, what is the strategy behind the trade and what makes it a profitable trade, or what makes it, or what comes together that gives it an edge. Okay. Uh, let's look at the trade we took on March 18. So March 18 is Tuesday. So let's look at the trade we took on Tuesday. Go trades we took on Tuesday. The strategy behind this trade is what they call the intraday strategy, or is okay. Let me just try to talk about it for a moment. So when we have something like okay, oh, coming. Okay, when we have something like this, so market took out the liquidity SH, the market built the structure. Um, so when we have something like this, it is doing the New York Q zone. So which means that I have the SH, market took out the liquidity, the market structure sheet. If I have something like this doing the New York Q zone on 5 minutes in the New York Q zone, then this is the old strategy for the intraday strategy. Just having this inside the New York Q zone during the New York Q zone time, that's the 8:30 to 11 o'clock New York time. So during this time frame, that I see something like this, market took out the liquidity, then break the structure, then inside this whole structure broken from this high to this low, the leg inside the price leg, there must be a fair value gap. So there must be a fair value gap. If the fair value gap is 2, I'm going to look for the fair value gap at the premium zone, which means that the fair value gap must be above 50%. So if I see a fair value gap above 50%, then that's the fair value gap I'm going to use for the entry. Okay, so that's the fair value gap I'm going to use for the entry. But one thing that makes this trade very strong is that this whole market structure break must be a displacement, and the displacement must be in high momentum. So what I mean by displacement is that the bearish break here, for market breaking the structure here, it must go in a very strong and a sharp move. So if I see a sharp move like this in the New York zone, it gives me an edge. And the whole strategy is just talking about market took out the liquidity, market break the structure, then a fair value gap. So which means I will expect market to come back to the fair value gap and sell. So that is the whole strategy for the intraday strategy. I did this video, I've did something, a series like this on my YouTube channel. You can go back to my YouTube channel to check the intraday strategy where I talked about every patterns you can actually have during the New York season. And this is one of the favorite patterns or favorite structure you can look out for in the New York season. Mind you, I'm laying high emphasis on the time because the time is very important. The New York Q zone, you don't need to look for this in any other Q zones. You may actually not have a high profitability during this time. But when it comes to New York Q zone, I bet it with you that out of 10 trades, you are still going to have a 8 wins if you see something like this during the New York Q zone. Okay, let's go into the chart and look at it from the chart. I hope everybody understands the whole structure, the whole. Yeah, let me put on the chat. Okay, this is it here. So the New York key zone here. You can see the New York key zones, you can see it here. So market took out the liquidity here. You can see this high. Market it traced to the fair value gap. Then the moment it traced to the fair value gap, it rejected. So which means that market wants to continue the bullish, right? Then the moment market goes up, then took out the liquidity, then comes back again to break it. You can see this whole momentum. You can see the displacement I'm talking about. You can see this old bearish displacement. So that's what I'm talking about. Okay, somebody will be like, okay, why can't you take out? Why can't you use this fair value gap as entry? This is here. Let me put on the set. See it here. This fair value gap here is overlapping with the 50%. So which means that it still is inside the discount and also part of the premium. So that's what disqualified it. But this one, the second fair value gap here is inside the premium zone. So that's where the entry is, and the stop loss above this, then 1 to 2 or any of your liquidity targets. Don't forget, one of the important things when it comes to you taking a trade like this is that you must have a draw on liquidity. A draw on liquidity on higher time frame. A draw on liquidity on higher time frame is where you want market to go to. The market always do two things. Either market is offering a fair value gap or is seeking a liquidity. So you have to know where what market is actually doing on the 4 hour chart or on the 1 hour chart. So that's where you can know where to put your take profit. You see, but as for me, I love taking 1 to 2 trades. I 1 to 2, then I'm out of the trade. I don't need 1 to 5, 1 to 10. So people have to put theirs there, but mind you, market is going to come back, then hit the stop loss. You can see that your stop loss will be taken out eventually. You can see how market will take out your stop loss. But when you have 1 to 2, and it has to be in the New York key zones, like during these few hours, 8:30 to 11, 8:30 to 11, during that few hours, that's 2 hours and some minutes, right? And 30 minutes. So during these few hours, that is where you want to see the trade, and that is where you want to take your profit out of the market. Waiting out after the Q zone time is actually a risk, like a risk. So let's look at it. So this is the trade here. You can see when market create the first fair value gap, that is when I enter the trade. That is when I give out the trade for um so when market is take profit. You can see that the next fair value gap was actually created, but because I gave trade doing when the first one was created, and market will come back there and it the take profit. That's 90 pips. So that's that. That's the trade here. Thank you very much. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Also follow up with the series going on our YouTube, and don't forget to leave a comment behind, and also encourage the team for more video like this. Thank you very much. Yeah.